What's up guys, Sage here back with another video. On this video I'm going to be going over Io, but before we get into gameplay, let's start with her abilities. So the first one is her ult. It's called Be Gone. It's an area damage move and project an ethereal manifestation of Luna and send it forward. Enemies caught will be pulled along the travel path and take 800 damage if they collide with a wall. You are immune to damage while releasing Luna. And her next one is a direct damage. A celestial bow that fires godly energy, dealing 400 damage every 0.6 seconds, has a maximum ammo count of 10 and it's fully effective up to 350 units. Hitting an enemy with light bow will mark them for Luna to attack. And then Moonlight, hold and channel Moonlight into an ally, healing them for 150 every 0.15 seconds. Moonlight regenerates when not in use, has a maximum Moonlight of 200 and range of 125 units. Her next ability is Guardian Spirit. It's a direct damage. Deploy Luna to fight alongside you. Luna will rush and stun enemies that have been marked by your light bow for 1 second every 15 seconds. Luna strikes enemies twice for 180 damage and a third time for 350 damage. Luna can be redeployed to a new location every 8 seconds while alive. The deploy has a range of 50 units. Luna is able to capture objectives while summoned. Luna has 4,500 health and is affected by Bulldozer. And the last ability is quickly leap backwards and upward through the air, and that's Lunar Leap. Now let's quickly go over her talents. Lifelink, Luna heals allies around her for 300 per second. Goddess Blessing, allies being healed by Moonlight take 25% reduced damage. And the last one is Sacrifice. If Io falls below 200 health while Luna is active, she trades places with Luna, heals for 50% of her health, and Luna dies in her stead. So guys, what I want to go over first is I want to show you guys this loadout that I have. This loadout that I have is a great loadout because it will have a chance to save you a lot more and you will get a ton of healing out. Also, you could use your Luna in a better way because the first build it's okay, but this is easily a better build. This is the build I usually use for her all the time because I just love it, and it gives you like I said, a second chance to save yourself because her leap back, when you do it, if your HP drops below a certain point, you could bust it again. So it's like Cassie's thing. So yeah, you could just use it for another time. So it's pretty good, and you could get a shield when you're doing it because the way the build is that I have on her. So yeah, it's a pretty good build. Also, you guys should start with Lifelink because Lifelink you will get a ton more healing out. But what I recommend doing when you start a match with her is start off with Haven, because Haven, I just like Haven for healers because it'll make you tank more and you'll stay alive longer enough for your team to come and support you or help you in any way, and it's just better. But I mean, there are some times where it will be like, oh, okay, I will switch it up to go to something else. Like, I mean, you can never go wrong with Hi-Rez because that will help out in damage. But other from that, stuff like Wrecker and stuff is pretty good too. Like, if there's a ton of barrier players in the game, like a ton of barrier characters, Wrecker will always help out. You could also go with stuff like Nimble, depending on the healer that you use. I mean, Nimble's alright, but I mean, it really doesn't affect you too much unless you have some kind of movement cards to help you move around a lot faster, and then you'll start to see another boost with the Nimble on top of that. I don't recommend running Chronos, because Chronos, it takes too much more points, and Chronos, it really doesn't affect your thing too much where it's like, oh, like it's really doing work. So, and with the build that I have with her, you really don't need it. So I really recommend running Haven. But this match though that I'm showing you guys is a rank match that I was doing with her, and I chose to go a second healer because I mean, I thought it would be good for the team that we had. But the dude on our team, because I did that, he chose to start throwing. So when he started throwing, we ended up carrying him because I don't know, I guess he thought we wasn't going to be a decent team. So we actually really carried him to the victory. Like, I mean, at first he started just running in the enemy face and I guess trying to like throw or like kill himself or whatever. But yeah, we ended up winning the game. So yeah, we kind of carried him, to be honest. And like I said, guys, it's always good to run Haven with a healer. It's never really bad to use it. But from what you're going to see in the gameplay, the way Io works is she's basically two characters in one. You have herself, which is you, and then you have Luna. Luna counts as another player. As you've seen from what we went over, Luna can cap points, Luna can hold points. Luna is just technically like another character that's on the field. So you basically have to play two characters with Io, and I like it because it's a ton more healing that she's putting out. Because not only can she heal, Luna also heals, and Luna helps you in the fight. So Luna could stun, Luna attacks the entire time, and you could heal Luna. So you could keep Luna up to help you heal your teammates, and you could easily get like a ton of healing out. Especially if your tank is running to rejuvenate like they're supposed to be, you could easily save your tanks. You can easily save your team because your tanks is getting more healing. So it'll be faster to get them back up to where they're supposed to be. So you can worry about the lighter players, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's cool. I love the way she plays. So I mean, you really just gotta pay attention to what's going on in your surroundings. I mean, leaping back is not always the best choice. When it comes to using a healer, I mean, I would say you could leap back, but it depends. Like you can't. I wouldn't recommend just jumping back just because you're just being damaged, so you just jump back. No, sometimes you have to play it more smart than that. You jump to where it's something that either your team could see to help you, like because I mean, there's a lot of times in plat or lower you have teammates that don't have mics and stuff. So I mean, you can do stuff like jump to a location where they could see you, like see like, oh, my healer's being attacked. Let me help him. Or jump to a location where the enemy can't get to you. Just jumping back is not going to do anything, because if they have a certain kind of character that could chase you down, like an Androxus or a Talus and stuff like that, they could just run you down or something. It's not going to be as easy as you think, as just, oh, I leap back so I'm out of the fight. That's not going to save you. So what you have to do is you have to choose your leaps wisely. And because the build that I'm telling you guys to run, you would get 2 leaps, it will make it a lot easier, and it'll make it so you have like so many chances. Like it'll give you more chances than you would normally have with just running the normal build. And that's because you could get a second leap. And it's just great the way how she runs. I mean, you like I said, guys, you get a ton of healing. You have more help with your DPS. You have someone that can help you cap points, and it's just a very good play. I mean, I wouldn't recommend running on a point right away because, like, of course not. It's a healer. Like, you don't want to be all up on the point. I mean, make sure you have a good enough range to where you won't be too much in the fight, but you can still help in the fight. Like, you don't want to be too far away so you can't bust her ability to heal, and you don't want to be too far away so you can't make sure your people are supported. So you just want to make sure that you drop your Luna. Make sure your Luna is fighting with your tank, because when your Luna's fighting with your tank, you're gonna take them out. Like if they keep sitting there like that and they just sit with Luna and your tank, that's automatically another person with you. On top of the fact that if you have 2 tanks sitting with Luna, you guys should be tanking out the point. The counter to Luna that would be really powerful would be a Tyra. But here's the thing. When they run a Tyra, what you want to do is you want to wait to see if Tyra's going to just throw her flames on the point. If the Tyra is one of those Tyras that as soon as the fight starts, she just throws it on the point, then right there and then she already wasted her flames, because she won't be able to counter Io. Because then you could just throw your Luna down and your Luna won't be in the flames, and you would just be getting healing towards your tanks, and it'll be like, okay, so we have the advantage. But you also have to try to make sure your Luna stays up, because Luna can be damaged a lot. So what you want to do is you want to make sure Luna's healed and your team's healed. That way you guys are all good. And she has decent damage. Like, her damage is 400 with the speed that it attacks is pretty decent damage. It's not horrible for a healer. Like I said, it's pretty good. Like, it could be very dangerous for light characters, because if you're landing your shots, it starts to do a ton of damage to them. And I have had moments where it's like, oh, they feared my damage because I was just hitting them every time. I was catching all my shots, and it's dangerous. But also, when you're using Luna, you want to make sure Luna is in a position with the payload so it could push her, and she will always stay on the payload with your tank, and she'll just be moving with the payload. So it's it's like you don't have to worry about her too much unless she's being attacked and you have to move her or something. You really wouldn't have to worry about her too much because she's gonna be sitting there with your tanks and y'all are just gonna be moving. Anybody that comes up, they're gonna be attacking. She's gonna help you fight and all that stuff. You just gotta make sure you keep an eye on Luna as well as your teammates, like, because she's another player basically. But last thing I wanted to go over, guys, is her ultimate. What her ultimate you would want to use it for is not something like oh, we just gonna get this quick damage. No, her ultimate is to use if you guys are being overwhelmed. Like if it's so much coming at you guys that you need like a moment to do stuff and everybody's just all up on you guys, you can use her ult to push all the enemies away, get that time to recover with your healing and stuff, because in that time period the categorize will not be on your players, so you could get your people back up ready to go again. And that's really what you would want to use her ult for. You don't want to just throw her ult randomly just cause. No, that's not how you use it. And you don't just throw it just to get quick damage. No, her ult is to be used if you guys are being like absolutely overwhelmed, like you guys cannot fight at that moment and you guys know you're gonna lose. That's what her ult is for. And it's, you could easily take over back over the point just by using this ult. Like, it's a pretty good ult in my opinion. It's not horrible. Like, people will probably think it's not that good. I mean, it's not horrible in my opinion. It's a very powerful ult when it comes to, you know, capping the point or anything like that, because I mean, it can really save you guys that whole fight and help you guys get back to the fight. Like, it's a very good ult. But that's the last thing I wanted to go over, guys. If you guys want to catch more videos like this and more, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you won't miss a video. It's been Sage, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.